Alright guys, YouTube, I am starting off my refeed day here. I'm going to train chest after this. Usually I actually go with a high fat breakfast, high fat, high protein. On my carb days, I lower the fat so that it will sort of balance out. I lower the fat from meal 1 to very, very low amounts. I usually might go something like 40 to 50 grams of fat at my breakfast with next to no carbs other than vegetables. On my refeed day, I will balance this out with the meals that I'm going to be eating later on that are going to be high fat, high carb, you know, those quote-unquote meals that people would sort of associate with cheat meals. But I've learned how to balance it out so that it doesn't actually have that effect on me. So it'll have the desired effect of raising my leptin and boosting fat loss, which is the aim I'm after. So meal 1 here, I'm going with a full tub of Greek yogurt. This is whole tub here, 500 grams is going, you can see the macros here, if it will focus. So no fat, 4 grams of carbs, 8 grams of protein per 100 grams. So that's going to give me basically, for the whole tub, 20 grams of carbs, 40 grams of protein. And then what I'm going to do, my aim here is for 100 grams of carbs for the actual meal total. So I'm going to take my Raisin Bran here, and basically I'm aiming for 80 grams of carbs. So 43 grams per serving. One serving is 55 grams. So take the calculator here. Since we want 80 grams of carbs, then you divide that by the serving, which is 43 grams. That gives us 1.86. Now we multiply that by the serving size, 55 grams. So times that by 55 means that we get 102 grams of the Raisin Bran cereal measured out. And that will mean that we're going to hit our macros on the dot. Then I'll have probably 1 cup of this, which will give me 1 cup, 250 milliliters, very low, 30 calories per, 2.5 grams of fat, and 1 gram of carb, 1 gram of protein. Another byproduct of what I do on these refeed days, this is really the only meal that is tracked to the macro, basically. Another byproduct of what I'm doing on a day like today, I decrease my meals to 3 meals. So my protein for the day will lower to around 0.75 grams instead of the 1.15 or so that I usually intake. Alright guys, that's meal 1. Nothing special, but I promise you some goodies later on. Alright, here we are. This is my first big refeed meal of the day. I've got chocolate chip banana pancakes, whipped cream, strawberry, and then I've got the cinnamon apple French toast glazed with honey and bananas. So I've also brought in my own actual Walden Farm syrup, sort of strawberry and syrup, so calorie free there. I'm not going to use any empty calories from their standard maple syrup. Then I have my vitamins, my vitamin C, chromium picolinate, liver care, cold FX, what else we got in there, digestive enzyme, and that's about it in there. So as you can see, pretty large meal. I'm going very, very high in carbs today on my refeed. I ballpark for about 700 grams on my refeed. I also decreased my actual protein intake on the day. So this is actually meal 2 of the day. I typically do 4 meals, whole meals and 1 protein shake, or I'll split that protein shake into 2 if I'm doing 2 workouts in the day. So on a day like today, I actually decrease my protein intake to about 0.75 grams. I don't track it too closely. It's more just a byproduct of actually decreasing my meals for the day that results in me not getting as much protein. So this is actually meal 2. Meal 1 of the day was Raisin Bran, cereal, and Greek yogurt. So I got about 40 grams of protein in that meal. Maybe a little bit more, maybe about 45. About 100 grams of carbs at meal 1. And then this meal here, this is right after my chest workout. So I actually had 25 grams of protein from Anabolic Halo by Muscle Tech, and that was an hour and 15 minutes ago. So now I'm gonna dig into this, which is gonna be pretty damn high in carbs, and I ballpark this meal at probably 350 to 400 grams of carbs, so very, very high. The fat intake is gonna be probably about 15 grams of fat to 20 grams of fat per meal. I'm not too worried about fat intake. My first meal of the day was very low in fat. Usually I actually do a very high fat first meal of the day, but on my refeed days, I switch over to just worrying about getting my carbs in for the day. So we're gonna dig into this, and then I'm going to bring you out with me later on for my next meal, which is actually my final meal. So I actually decrease my meals to 3 meals a day, 1 protein shake. Alright guys. Alright guys, so I just finished my pancakes and French toast. So I'm gonna go home, work on some client programs, got a couple to do. Probably take a little nap, 30-40 minute nap, and then I'll get up, go train again. So I did chest this morning with a little bit of shoulders and calves. I'm gonna go back, and I'm gonna do a back workout again later tonight. Not again, sorry. I'm gonna do a back workout tonight, and probably a little bit of calves again. I focused earlier this morning on the seated calf raises. So I'll probably do some standing calf raises now, just a slightly different target of the muscle. Alright guys, so I'm going to pick this back up with the final meal of the day. So like I was saying before, I actually decrease my meals for the day, and I go obviously high volume meal, like big meals. The byproduct of decreasing my meals is that my protein decreases so that I don't blow over. I monitor my weight very, very closely. So though these might look like cheat meals, they're actually not, because I'm pretty much a creature of habit. I ate pretty well on my refeed days. I've been eating the same thing essentially for weeks and weeks and weeks. I'm working my way back slowly down to probably in between 200 to 205 pounds. I'm just trying to get a little bit smaller at the moment. I've been 230 before. I'm not comfortable at that weight, so I'm just working back. And it's been working very, very well. I'm actually using sort of a reverse diet with refeeds, and I'm letting the training manifest itself. Very intense training still, and that's what's showing me the results. That's what's getting me leaner and leaner as the weeks go by, and keeping me in great shape. So we'll pick this back up later, guys. Alright guys, so we're back at the gym for round 2, back. And I'm going to bring you out for my next meal. It's going to be a dandy. Stay tuned. Alright, so it's time for final meal of the day. I'm heading to a place called Holy Chucks. So, you can search that, hashtag Holy Chucks on YouTube, or not YouTube, on Instagram, and you can find some serious food on there. You're about to see what I'm going to order soon. And here it is. I went with a burger and chili cheese spicy fries, an apple pie milkshake. This is basically a double cheeseburger with an egg, chips, caramelized onion, bacon, and grilled cheese buns on both ends there. Alright, it is time to devour this and we'll check it out. Alright, so that's that. I have finished my refeed high calorie day with a ridiculous burger, chili cheese fries, and an apple pie shake. So it was an overall it was a success. I would say I've probably gained, typically when on my refeed days, every 3 to 5 days, I'll go home, and from this morning, I stepped on the scale at, what was I, 206.8, something like that. So I typically, after my high calorie days, and I pretty well eat the exact same thing on my high calorie days, so I can gauge how my body's going to react. Depending on as well how much water I actually drink. I'll gain anywhere from 8 to 10 pounds on the day. So when I go home before bed, I'll weigh myself usually around 12:30, and I'm gonna guess I'll probably be around 215 or so. And then the weight will actually quickly drop off as I go back to my low carbs. Now, my low carb days are actually my macros on low carb. Now, as soon as I go back to this low carb, the weight's gonna quickly drop off, and by the next time I do a refeed, I'll be about a half a pound down from today's morning weight. So today is a Wednesday. I would say on Sunday, I'll be down to the low 206s, and then I'll do another refeed. That's how it works. It's nice and slow. I'm not rushing for anything. I'm just working my weight down, and then I'm actually increasing my food, and my weight is going down. I'm letting the volume of the training, I do 2-a-day splits, probably 3-4 days a week. I do like a chest back split, and then my sort of ancillary work like shoulders, arms, calves, I'll throw in there as well, and then I'll do legs, and then on the next day. So chest, day one, say Monday, would be chest in the morning, back at night. Day two would be legs and potentially high intensity sprints at night, or maybe just do the one workout. And then day three is again chest in the morning, back at night. Any ancillary work I'll throw in if needed, abs, calves, whatever. Day four, again, legs. Day five, I do a chest and back superset workout. So this would be like on a Friday, and then I'll throw in HIIT at night. And then Saturday is it's like my sort of full body blast day. I have a bit of fun. I go to Grunt Performance, which is an amazing gym in Mississauga, just outside of Toronto, and I do my sort of heavy squats, bench, deads, pull-ups on that day. And then Sunday is my rest day. Take it off, enjoy, and rest up, recuperate to start it all again on Monday. Alright guys, thanks for tuning in. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'm going to bring you plenty more content, answer any questions that you guys have, post them below. I can touch on them in other videos, or you can hit me up on Instagram, shoot me an email. Alright guys, see you soon.